I can tell you that immediately, the moment she opened her mouth, you could see that Combs was listening intently to everything that she had to say, as well as those jurors.
After Jennifer Lopez was dragged into the Diddy lawsuit over allegedly being the gun mule in a 1999 nightclub shooting where Diddy and J-Lo allegedly made a rapper named Shine take the fall and spend 10 years in prison for them, people started digging into her past and it raises some questions.
I don't know if he was present with that, but I know he had been hanging around with him in London, in Paris, different places.
Law enforcement sources are expecting the feds to widen the Diddy probe to include previous criminal investigations. Now, we know Diddy was criminally investigated regarding that shooting in New York, but I didn't realize the extent of J-Lo's involvement.
A shocking piece of evidence has now come out in court. It's changed everything about Diddy's defense. Until now, he was fighting back hard, but this new evidence is forcing him to step back. It's about recordings from when Aaron Carter was still alive.
When she was on the stand, at times she became visibly upset, wiping away tears as she gave her evidence.
Aaron Carter didn't have a normal childhood. He became famous very young, touring, performing, and always in the public eye. But behind the scenes, his life was very different. When he was just 15, Aaron said he went through some really traumatic things. He even stayed at Diddy's house and slept in his bedroom. He remembered Diddy acting like a mentor, sitting him down and saying, "This is what you've got to do to make it." Now, people are starting to ask, was Aaron being groomed? Was he caught in something much darker? Jaguar Wright believes that's exactly what happened.
As we talked about in the first part, there seems to be some misinformation or misunderstanding of what really went down in that trial, what was said, what people were blamed for, what they were not. I'd love to hear your perspective and specifically kind of what you wish people understood about that trial that maybe they don't at this time.
I mean, even from the very day that the thing took place, because if you notice their mugshots, only Shine truly has a mugshot. Puffy and J-Lo, Puffy's in front of a concrete wall, J-Lo is in front of a bulletin board in some old t-shirts. Now, I want everyone to think that was the night of the shooting. You don't think at Christmas time, Puffy and J-Lo went out in some old raggedy t-shirts, right? No, there was already a agenda afoot to conceal what they had on, to try to sway the minds of people, to throw your memory off, but they couldn't throw my memory.
In the final years of his life, Aaron began to speak out. He hinted that he knew secrets about powerful people in the entertainment industry, people he once trusted. He even reached out to Kanye West just before he died, asking for a private conversation. A few days later, Aaron was found dead in his bathtub.
It's real talk, but I gotta ask you, right? I seen a trailer for a Sean documentary that you went in. How did that come about, you being in that documentary?
Well, I was there doing that whole trial with Shine and Puff. Puff said, "I hate that motherfucker." Blake. He told me that. And that's when they was on trial with each other.
This is where things get strange. Kanye, who's never been afraid to speak out, later said Aaron's death wasn't just some accident. He claimed a man named Harley Pasternak, a personal trainer with connections in Hollywood, might have been involved. Kanye even said Harley once threatened to lock him up and drug him if he didn't obey. Some people believe Harley acts as a handler, someone who secretly controls celebrities.
Anybody that was there, I know this young lady said Puff did the shooting. What I was told by Wolf himself, and he spoke very little about it, because he had mad love for Sean.
Kanye also said that Diddy was involved in making threats against him, working for powerful people. And guess what? Harley's name came up in that situation too.
I don't know if he was present with that, but I know he had been hanging around with him in London, in Paris, different places.
So how does this all connect back to Aaron? Yes, Aaron had a tough life. He dealt with addiction, mental health struggles, and body image issues. He went to rehab many times. But people close to him said he was really trying to recover and was making progress.
Sean caused a lot of that stuff himself. And Puff said, I hate that motherfucker. Blatant. He told me that. And that's when they was on trial with each other.
Wow, you never told me about that, man. You seen how Flex, he came out calling Sean a liar?
Well, I think Funkmaster Flex has every right to say what he said because he know a little bit more than most.
Then came November 5th, 2022, just one day after Diddy's birthday. That's when Aaron was found dead at home. First, police didn't think anything suspicious happened. They assumed it was just another sad case related to addiction. But something didn't seem right. Neighbors Anthony and Amanda Chevevel, both trained in medicine, heard the emergency call on their police scanner. They rushed over to help. Amanda even had a defibrillator with her to save a life. But when they got to the door, Aaron's house sitter wouldn't let them in. She even locked the door and ran away from it. When the police arrived minutes later, she tried to block them too. Why, officials later said Aaron drowned in his bathtub after inhaling compressed gas. But the results took 5 months to come out. Toxicology reports don't usually take that long. Fans started investigating. They found videos Aaron posted before his death where he said he didn't feel safe, that people were after him, and that his life was in danger. Even his family said something didn't feel right. They believed there was foul play.
I remember he did what he did to me, and then when it was time for Jennifer Lopez, she was there with a guy, and he was standing there looking disgusted, but didn't nobody save me. She stuck that glass in me, and after that, my eyes were booked the whole time.
There's something even stranger. Aaron's house sitter was the only one inside with him that day, but witnesses saw her acting nervous. She was carrying bags and talking to the police for a long time before they took her away. A close friend of Aaron said he wasn't suicidal. He was excited about new projects and focused on being a dad. So why would he suddenly give up? And why did the house sitter stop trained medical help from coming in? Now there are rumors that the federal government is investigating not just Aaron's death, but other mysterious ones too, like Kim Porter's and even Jamie Foxx's near-death scare. All of these cases seem to be connected to Diddy. And now it might all fall apart because of one very old friend of his.
The news team, did y'all hear about what's his name? Suge Knight? He said, baby, he think the reason why Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck broke up because he feels that they had some tapes at Diddy's mansion that showing her in a compromising position. And that the FBI allegedly may have sent those tapes to Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck is a white man in America, and he's a very prominent man. They say he's a darling, which means people love.
Was Aaron Carter silenced because he knew too much? Did he uncover something dark about Hollywood that people would kill to keep secret? Just like some people think Diddy may have tried to silence Aaron Carter, there are now claims that he tried to erase what Cassie Ventura knew too. According to Homeland Security, a man named Josh Croft, who works in computer forensics, said they found laptops that belonged to Cassie, Diddy's ex-girlfriend. One of those laptops, a MacBook Pro from around 2010 or 2011, had been completely wiped, reset to factory settings. But Josh wasn't done. He removed the hard drive and managed to recover many files that weren't fully erased. When he powered up the laptop, he saw a login screen for someone called Frank Black. There was also a guest user account on it.
She said that they were so exhausting, she needed a recovery period from uses of drugs and the physical exhaustion of the activities at.
Said that Sean Combs directed everything from what she had on, to the lighting in the room, to how she was supposed to interact with the person that she was having sex with. And again, just to reiterate what is a freak off, the freak off essentially was something that Cassie said she learned about through Sean Combs about a year into their relationship. He described it as voyeurism, wanting to watch her have sex with someone else. And she said that she did it because she was 22, 21, she was young, she didn't know any better, and that she wanted to please Sean Combs.
And at some point in time, she actually had said that she looked forward to the freak offs. Why did Cassie expressed looking forward to the said freak-off.
When the prosecution asked her, was there ever a time that you enjoyed the freak-offs? This is when Cassie got choked up and she said, I did, but only because I got to spend one-on-one time with